Today I'm getting ready for game day on Sunday with some Kansas City barbecued beef. So of course we need some homemade Kansas City barbecue sauce. Saucepan over about medium heat. I'm going to do about a tablespoon avocado oil, and to that I'm going to add about a cup or a small onion, and we're just going to let that go for a couple minutes. Let that onion soften up. So you can see our onions are starting to get translucent. So I'm going to do 3 cloves of garlic, minced, and just give that a minute. We don't want our garlic to burn. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put my seasonings in now just to let those oils really open up and those flavors come out. So I have 1 tablespoon of chili powder and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Of course, we're going to do a little cracked pepper in there, probably a good half of a teaspoon. And then I'm going to do a teaspoon of kosher salt. Now, next comes the tomato part. Now, most of your barbecue sauce recipes have you using ketchup. But I don't understand why we're making something homemade only to then put an over-processed ingredient in it, and especially the ketchups that are using the high fructose corn syrup. Now, I do make my own ketchup, so I don't want to use it here because, quite frankly, I can mimic all of those flavors that I want from that ketchup in here. So what I have is a 28-ounce can of whole peeled tomatoes, and make sure you're reading your ingredient list and you're getting one that does not have citrus acid. It's hard. I know. They're hard to find. So now we're just going to bust those tomatoes up as we go and adding the rest of our ingredients. Now what sets Kansas City barbecue sauce apart is its sweetness. So Kansas City barbecue sauce tends to be really thick and really sweet. So unlike your Carolina mustard or your vinegar-based ones. So we're going with, obviously, well-packed, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Boy, that did not want to come out of there. And to that, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of molasses. And then a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. I have a tablespoon of Dijon mustard and a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And of course, we're going to do a little bit of hot sauce of your choice, to kind of balance that sweetness. And now this is optional. This is just something I like to add, is 1/8 of a teaspoon of celery salt. You want to let this slowly simmer. It doesn't need to boil over or it just needs to slowly simmer for a minimum of 30 minutes. Anytime you're doing something with a can of tomatoes, in my opinion, it takes a good 30 minutes for that kind of canned taste to cook out of those tomatoes. So at least for 30 minutes. Now you can go longer. The longer you go, the thicker it's going to get, and the more depth of flavor you're going to get. So if you have the time and you can go for a good hour or more, then just let it slowly simmer. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to probably let mine go for at least an hour, and then we'll come back to it. So I've been slowly cooking over there for about an hour, and I'm going to go ahead and process mine, food processor, blender, stick blender, and then I'm going to give it a taste and see if we need to adjust the seasonings. Here we go. Because we're going for that Kansas City, which is very sweet. I don't think it's sweet enough for that. I think it has too much of a kick. Honestly, I like it just like it is. But because we're going for that Kansas City style today, I'm going to add some sweetener. Now, I think I'm just going to go back to my brown sugar, and I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of brown sugar. You taste yours. You might like it just like this, Or you might want to add some sweetener too. Add a little brown sugar. Sweeten it up a little. All right, let's see what we think. Perfect. Just perfect. Now this is going to thicken up a bit as it cools. I'm really excited about this. It tastes really good. I've got that barbecue beef over there in the crock pot, just waiting for the sauce. It's going to be so delicious. Now, you can use this today, like I'm going to, or you can water bath can this 20 minutes in a water bath, or simply put a good airtight lid on it, and it'll be in your refrigerator for about a month. So, happy game day. Hope your team wins, whatever team that might be. I hope they win for you. And here's to some nice homemade Kansas City barbecue sauce. I'll see y'all later. Bye.